Hi and welcome to Ali Lives Well on Less. I'm Ali. I'm a 58-year-old early retired teacher living on a reduced pension of around £9,000 a year. It's reduced because I spent many years of my 35 years teaching part-time. I also have another 9 years until I get my state pension at 67. So, yep, for the next wee while I am living on my teacher's pension. So, if you're new here, welcome. Today is Foodie Friday, where we talk about some aspect of food, shopping, store cupboard, anything sort of related with food. And if you've been with me a wee while, you know I take my food seriously. I allow myself £120 a month for all supermarket purchases, and that includes food, cleaning products, toilet paper, and all the other sort of toiletries and things that you can get in the supermarket. So following on from Money Monday's video this week, you would have seen that I had £30 left over from last month, September's shopping budget, and I had £40 left over from my general budget, so £70 in total extra. And I said I was going to use the £30 to stock up my store cupboard, but in the end I decided to only use £20 to add some store cupboard items, and I have put the other 50, 20 add 50 makes up the 70, I've put the other 50 into savings or emergency fund, whatever you want to call it. So today is a Luna free day. She's at daycare today. I had to buy a new pass, so yep, start of the month, yep, that's £160 gone. So I will use it wisely. Today I've got quite a lot of things on, including meeting some old colleagues for coffee this afternoon. So when she is in daycare, I try to do as much as I possibly can, so that other days I can just spend all my time with her, and she doesn't have to be left anywhere or dragged places where she has to wait with someone outside. So I popped into Tesco on my way back from dropping her off, and as well as getting some other shopping bits and pieces, I specifically spent my £20. So I'm going to show you, and it's not a lot, what I bought for £20 for my store cupboard. So I'm just going to tilt the camera down and show you what I got for £20 and 7 pence to be exact. Okay, I'll start at the back. Bottled water. I wouldn't like to say I'm a prepper, but I do like to be prepared. So having bottled water in an emergency is important. And at least twice in the last 5 or 6 years, Stirling has had 2 major burst water mains. So we were without water for a good part of at least a day. So yes, you need to have some bottled water on hand. When it's getting near its sort of best by, use by date, then I will use it in things. So 6 bottles to go into my cupboard under the stairs. Won't need to touch that. But unfortunately, that was a big chunk of my money. So £4, 10 pence for 6 1.5 litre bottles of water. Okay, coming over. My trusty stock powder. I always like to keep a good stock of that on hand. As I've said, I use that for quite a lot of things. So the stock powder, £2.45. I can't get that in Lidl, so I have to get it in Tesco. The other thing I don't think I mentioned before is I keep dried milk powder in the cupboard. I don't drink milk, I don't use milk, I'm not dairy free, I was for quite a long time, so I just don't keep milk in the house, fresh or UHT, but I do keep dried milk on hand, and that's what I use to make any sort of milky based sauces. And also if people come to my house, I don't tell them they're getting it, but I make up a little bit of milk, and that's what they get in their their tea or coffee. So Marvel is the only one that I can find so far that doesn't have any additives in it other than vitamin A and vitamin D. So it's just dried skimmed milk, vitamin A, vitamin D. So, what was that? Is it £4.50? Yeah, £4.50. But it lasts me a long time. I think I've got half a tub in the cupboard, so I like to have that on hand. A bottle of oil. I like the organic rapeseed oil, and it was £4.55. Yeah, it gets used sparingly, and I find myself using lard more and more recently for frying certain things when I need oil. Coming down again, I used to be dairy free, so I am quite familiar with the Alpro single cream. It's useful to keep in the cupboard, and if you need to add a touch of creaminess to sauces and things, a little bit goes a long way. So I like to have a couple of them on hand. So I got 2 of them. They were £1.25 each, so that's £2.50. I got some noodles, so egg noodles. I actually wanted rice noodles, but they didn't have any, so I went with the egg noodles. They're a little bit more processed than I like, but to have on hand for emergencies and quick meals, they're quite handy. Yeah, wasn't what I was wanting, but as I say, they're good for making sort of stir fries, and you can also make your own fake pot noodle. I used to do that quite a lot when the boys were younger. Noodles, £1.15. And the last thing I got was 2 packets of pasta. So the Tesco's cheaper brand, it's 500 grams, 41 pence. It's gone up 1 pence in recent weeks, so I got 2 of these, 82 pence, to add to my store cupboard. So 9 items for £20 and 7 pence. So yeah, but these make the basis of quite a lot of meals, and adding cream or adding flavour to a meal, a basic meal, can really enhance it. So good to have flavourings on hand. So I'm just going to put you back up so you can see my face again. That is. Okay, so the other thing in Tesco I got today was a few bits and pieces. So I got frozen broccoli, I got potatoes, toilet roll, and a chicken. So I got an extra large chicken, and it was £5.25 on my club card. I think it should be £6 normally. But I don't know if you know this trick. An extra large chicken should be between 1.9 kilos and 2.3 kilos. That's quite a range. So I'm afraid I'm one of those people who will pull out all the chickens to find the biggest one there. And the biggest one there today that I could find was 2.05 kilos. That was the biggest one I could find. There were no 2.3 kilo chickens there today. So there's a wee tip for you to get some extra chicken to get more bang for your money. So the chicken is currently in the oven, also with some potatoes, and I've got some bendy carrots that were at the bottom of my fridge, so they're roasting off there as well. So unfortunately the chicken dish takes up quite a lot of room, so I can't pack my oven as full as I would normally pack it. So just a quick Foodie Friday one today. When you get the chance, when I get the chance, I will always stock up on things for my store cupboard. So in the event of me being unable to get to a supermarket, or I don't have the budget to go to a supermarket, I might have had an unexpected expense, I can pull enough things from my store cupboard to create a meal. So I've showed you this before. So I do have pulses and vegetables in here. So I've got pasta and rice and noodles. So I can always knock up some sort of rice-based dish, pasta-based dish from just what I have in my store cupboard. It might get boring if that's all I'm eating for a few days, for a few weeks, but it is reasonably nutritious if you're making sure you're getting your vegetables and your protein. Some people have commented on being carb heavy, and if carbs are an issue for you, then you bulk up the, the vegetable or the protein. So there's lots of ways to make sure that you eat nutritious, delicious food, even on a low budget. As I've said before, I'm not about the deprivation. Um, some people have said that I'm a frugal gourmet, and I'll take that title. I like my food. I have always liked my food. I like good food, good unprocessed, reasonably healthy food. As I've said before, I aim to eat about 80 to 90% of my diet is non-processed. There are a few exceptions, but unfortunately in this world, I can't buy things without some additives. I just try and keep them to an absolute minimum. So as I said, today is a busy day. I'm out and about a lot. So hopefully you are going to have a good day too. And I will catch you on the next one on Monday. Have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.